feel good, boy.
The little uns have been up to their old tricks again.
Not all of the nobles made it out on...
Otto, is now a good time?
It's not a bad one. How's Jill doing?
She's been better. Ty is making sure she gets the rest she needs.
Good.
Any word on Kupka's movements?
Vivian's doing what she can to try and track him, but she's feeding on scraps. We've sent ours out to the Curse Breakers and our other friends in the West, asking them to keep their eyes peeled for anything unusual. No leads yet, but it's only a matter of time.
All right. Let me know when you find something.
There he is. All right, Clive. Still busy saving the world.
Mid. When did you get back?
Just now.
What about your studies?
Adjourned. Since Hugo Kupka invaded Rosaria. All the canvassing, uproar about it. He's gone mad. He's turned rogue. It'll be us next. You try concentrating with all of that.
All right. You win.
How long will you be staying this time?
Dunno. A while, most likely. Any road, while I'm here, I was hoping you could do us a favour.
Mid. You can't just expect me to...
Please, oblige her. While we are busy tracking down Kupka, you should have a little time to spare.
Professor! Now there's a face I haven't seen in a while. Shouldn't you have it buried in a dusty old tome?
I did, till a familiar trill pricked my ears. As ever, your exuberance is a breath of fresh air, which successfully scattered the painstakingly assembled fragments of my thoughts.
I'll take that as a compliment. Well, Clive, you heard the Professor. So, I'll meet you in the storeroom when you're done.
Wait, hold on. Breath of fresh air? Bloody tempest, more like.
Oi, Otto, you got my gill?
Huh? What are you on about?
My fee for bringing Mid across. She said you were paying.
That little...
The storeroom, was it? I wonder what Mid's plotting.
When I get my hands on her.
Come on, Otto. Cough up.
When I get my hands on her.
Come on, Otto. Cough up.
When I get my hands on her.
Shouldn't you be getting some rest soon?
You took your time.
I'm a busy man, mate.
I'll get to the point then. I want to turn the room down there into a workshop like the one I had at Dad's place.
Mate, you've only just come back.
And I've been thinking about it for a while. Dad said I had a knack for engineering. Told me everything he knew about it. Then sent me off to Canva to learn everything he didn't. That was his dream for me. That one day I'd put my studies to use for the good of the cause. But I'm helping no one stuck at school. I've studied enough. It's time I put my neck to work. I know that I can help the people here, and I want to do it.
Well, well, well. If Sid could see you now. All right. I'll tell Otto you'll be staying.
I knew you'd say yes. Which is why I wrote up a list of jobs for you.
For me?
Who else?
What do you want me to do?
First things first, I need equipment and materials to start making my own. There's the designs for the stuff I need, and the stuff it needs smithing from. The other materials I can work myself. Just need a generous benefactor to lay them on for me. Apart from the wood, I'll need a carpenter for that, but I can just borrow yours.
Is that everything?
For now. I'll let you know if I need out else.
Where to start? Materials and tools. That means Karen and Blackthorn.
The little uns have been up to their old tricks again. Drawing on. Jill looked white as a sheet when we brought her back.
Was wondering where you got to. Mid's back from Canva. Have you seen her?
Just now. She's planning to set up a workshop in the stores and ask me to buy her some materials. Here's the list. Think you can find everything on there?
This lot. Wouldn't be much of a trader if I couldn't.
Excellent. As for payment...
It's paid. 100 times over by what that girl's done for us. If it weren't for her filters, we'd have naught to drink but blight water, and that would have drained the life out of us long ago.
Indeed it would.
I'll send the stuff on to Mid when it comes in.
Thank you, Karen.
don't just stand there, go. You'll not find a better price than that. You're rubbing me blind, you know. It'd better all be here. You'll not find a better price than that.
Is that all?
And what can I do for you? Quite the... like father, like. You live mid-order with me. I'll send everything on to her when I've got it.
Blackthorn, you busy?
What does it look like?
I have a commission for you. From Mid. She requires certain tools. Do you think you can make them?
Bloody hell. What's she planning to build with this stuff? An airship? I'll see what I can do. Tell her I'll bring them over when I'm done. If I ever am.
My thanks. And Mid's, no doubt. That just leaves the carpenter. Let's see if Bardolph's available.
It's all right. Sid has nothing to fear from
Clive. Summer stormed up. Not saying Fordian, do you? Should last you a good while. No scratches, all right? And how am I meant to do that then? And?
Tome says he's looking for books about Torgal. I know.
My knowledge is yours. I don't believe you've read this particular chapter before. Now this, I believe you will find most interesting. What subject shall we consider today? The door to the shelves shall ever be open.
Jill looked white as a sheet.
Thanks. Should be enough to... How do, Master
Bardolph. Mid's looking to build a workshop, so naturally I thought...
Well, I'd love to help the young, but I'm afraid I got my I'd gladly spare Mid all. It don't have to be me, though, does it? You know, the one over at
That's right. I'll ask Martha if she can...
Least I could do.
Ah, Clive, what brings you to the rest?
Our home finds itself in need of an extra carpenter. I wondered if I might be able to borrow Bernard for a short while.
I don't mind if he don't. We're all friends here, aren't we?
Thank you, Martha. Do you know where I might find him?
He went up to Cressida on business. No idea what, mind. Place is a ruin. Far as I know, he's still there.
I'll look for him there, then.
Let's go.
Yeah!
Hi. Right, the end of the lad who saved my life. What brings you to a place like this?
You do, Bernard. Martha said I might find you here. I have a proposition for you.
Oh, do you now? Building a workshop, you say? Well, that beats tacking boards to bridges, sure enough. And if Martha didn't mind me being gone a while, then neither do I. You just tell me where you want me.
That's the spirit.
I couldn't ask a favor, though, could I? Before we go?
Of course.
Well, that there is Cressida, where I grew up. But I came up here hoping to visit. I even patched up the bridge to... But you're a dab hand when it comes to dealing with beasts and bogles.
It's the least I can...
Well, thank you.
This shouldn't take long.
To me, flames!
That should do it.
You made short work of that lot. Thank you, son. Now my folks can rest in peace once more.
How long is it since the village was abandoned?
Oh, people started packing their things after the duchy fell. Between the Blight and the Imperials, you just couldn't make ends meet. Must be nigh on a decade since the last wagon left. Oh, it may as well have been a century, looking at the place. This isn't the Cressida I remember.
I'm sorry.
Ah, don't be. Can't live in the past, no matter how nice it might have been. Soon as I'm done saying a prayer for those that raised me, it's on to your hideaway. I'll meet you there.
That should take you.
little uns have been up to their old tricks again.
Shouldn't you be getting some rest?
All right, Clive? You've all done then?
I am. I've placed your various orders, and a carpenter by the name of Bernard is on his way from Martha's Rest.
That's brilliant! Thanks, Clive.
Is there anything else you need?
Nope. Blackthorn and Lady Karen have already sent over everything I asked for, and I've got all my plans drawn up. So as soon as Bernard gets here, we can get to work. I can't wait.
That's my good deed for the day done. Let's see how Jill's faring.
Clive.
Talia. How's Jill?
Recovering, but she still needs her rest.
Of course. Take good care of her, won't you?
I'll do my best. Oh, Gav was looking for you. He said he had something to show you in the shelves.
The shelves? Oh, that's right. He went to ask Harpocrates about Torgor. He must have found something. You have the look of a man with the twins upon his shoulders, Rodrigue.
Talia has tasked me with removing a Cursebreaker's brand. But it's my fault. I don't think I can... I'm afraid of what happens if I fail. Is it really?
You don't need me to answer that. I hope as much as you that one day bearers can walk among others, and we must lift that. The operation may be dangerous.
I know. But griping about...
I know you will.
Unfortunately, the first thing that needs something I can't do with...
Just tell me what you need.
You'll go. No one knows Herblore like Talia, and fortunately for you...
Ready, go?
The river was easy enough to find. Now for those herbs. You deserve a rest. This is the only plant around here with blue flowers. I hope it's the right one. Should be enough to keep the infirmary stocked for a while. Hopefully this will put Rodriguez's mind at ease.
Jill looked white as a sheet when they brought her back.
Do you have a moment, Sid?
Which team?
Coles.
They were moving in for their... A Cursebreaker managed to release. They should be back by now. I can't help but worry.
They know the work is dangerous.
But what if I've got them all before they go out? I always remind... But I never really thought how my words might have...
I'll go and find them. We'll both rest.
Thank you, Sid. The plan was to intercept the...
That should be enough to go on.
The little uns have been up to their old tricks.
I hope you didn't have too much trouble.
Only the usual.
Oh, yes.
You'll do fine.
Thank you for the... I'm sorry. The brand is more than just ink on flesh. It's a death sentence. One, ill, and even success means tremendous. I became a visitor.
Cursebreakers lead hard lives. They toil in the shadows. And yet we have no... The day I decided that I would take Sid's name was the same day Talia took my brand.
I remember. It wasn't long after we came here. What little medicine Talia managed to salvage from the wreckage of the old place had been used up treating the wounded. She begged that your operation be delayed until a new supply of antalgics was found. Procedure was even more dangerous back then. Only a few souls had undertaken it. Doris, Cole, a handful of other Cursebreakers, and those who were no longer with. It wasn't something to be done like...
No. He always led from the front, and never asked anyone to take a risk for his cause that he was unwilling to take himself, even if he knew that it might cost him his life.
Hold still, Clive! Hold still!
I knew there'd be pain. That I might not survive. And I would never be able to call myself Sid.
I didn't know.
Rodrigue, I know your work isn't easy.
It's natural for a patient to feel like this. Thank you for helping.
Slavers don't even bother with Northreach now all the highborn floods south. Faster!
Me back on my feet. I'll tear those bastards' heads off.
Cole, I'm glad you're in one piece.
Just about. Sid, if you don't mind me asking, what are you doing here?
Doris sent me to find you.
I sent a runner to the Dame in Northreach. The Hideaway should have learned of our survival yesterday.
Well, I'm here now. And it looks like
Only some. The rest locked themselves in the slaver's carriage rather than fleeing when they had the chance. I want to help them, Sid. But we're barely...
You made the right decision.
The goblins may still be out there.
You have duties to attend to here.
All right. And please, hurry.
I won't let that happen.
Thank you.
Don't thank me, just... They're trying to get into the carriage.
Who are you?
A friend. Are there any more survivors? Why didn't you flee with the others? If the goblins had made it through that door, you wouldn't have stood a chance.
Why should we run? One miserable death's no worse than another.
Perhaps. But we're here to give you another choice. Freedom, safety. The life you've been denied.
Sid, I couldn't just let you... You weren't too late then. Thank the gods.
This man risked his life to save yours. To give you a second chance.
Fine. Do with us what you will.
What we'll do with you is take you to safety. After that, it's up to you. Your lives are your own now.
You can leave the rest to us, Sid. We'll get everyone back to the hideaway.
Thank you. I'll let...
little uns have been up to their old tricks again.
Sid, welcome back. If I'd just waited a little longer, or maybe I wouldn't.
Cole and the others got home safely.
No, I was lucky. I've been tracking that. What kind of leader sends people I should have urged great...
We swore the same.
It's good to see you safe.
With all due respect, we Cursebreakers don't risk our lives because you commanded of us. We risked it. No one with doubts ever joins our rank.
We all know how much bravery...
Cole, I never doubted you. Thank you for your faith. And I sometimes wonder if I might prefer to risk death alongside the others than ask it of them, but...
You will.
Clive, where have you been? I've been wanting to ask you something about Torgal. Where did you get him, like, in the first place?
My father brought him back from one of his expeditions into the Northern Territories. They were crossing a snowfield when they heard his cries, and, seeing no sign of his pack, they took him in.
What do you reckon, Tomes?
It certainly adds weight to the theory. Clive, I believe that Torgal may be no mere hound, but a rare frostwolf. In one of our oldest bestiaries, I found reference to a frostwolf who served as guardian to an ancient queen of the north. His name was Fenrir.
Fenrir the Frostwolf.
Now, the annals do not state it explicitly, but I have reason to believe this queen was a dominant of Shiva. A girl from the Northern Territories, one awakens as the dominant of Shiva, and the other?
You're saying that Jill granted Torgal his powers?
What?
Just like Fenrir. People called him my hound, but Torgal and Jill were inseparable. He grew up as a faithful companion to the dominant of Shiva, and years later, his powers awakened, just when his master needed him the most.
You're right. If it weren't for Torgal blasting those...
Quite. His latent birthright as a frostwolf, it had only to be unlocked.
Oh, get you, Tom!
You're an even finer hound than we thought.
And regarding your original concern, why, the beast has the appetite of a behemoth. Just this very morn...
There you are! I've been looking everywhere for you. Bernard's here. I need you to introduce us so... Well, I couldn't have done it without you. You and everyone else. But I promise I'll pay you back. I'm gonna work my fingers to the bone for you lot, starting right now. Just you wait. I'll make wonders like this world's never seen.
Then I look forward to seeing them. Now that that's settled, I wonder if Vivian's made any progress tracking down Kupka.
Thanks for letting me do this, Clive. I'll pay you back, I promise.
I wish Miss Mid... I wonder what she's going to dungeon in at.
I think I'll wait till Mid's away to take a tour of her dungeon.
How goes the hunt for Kupka?
Largely in circles. We have myriad sightings of strange souls. If only we knew for certain by what...
Well, if anyone can piece this puzzle together, it's you.
What? Here?
Would that be a problem?
Do you know, Clive? I believe it a mercy that you didn't inherit your father's throne. Your poor people would surely live in fear of you.
You have nothing to worry about on that front. I won't be claiming his crown.
Clive, have you got a minute? We, have a guest.
A guest?
For your trouble.
It was a pleasure, in hindsight.
Uncle Byron? Clive, my boy! Tap a cask and stoke the ovens, for your favourite uncle is here!
The Dalmekian government sues for peace. How shall we respond?
If they're willing to accept their fault in the matter, I see no reason to refuse them.
Still, we must insist on substantial reparations. Twinside stores are not as bottomless as reported.
Aye, and we have many more mouths to feed. We shall just have to have the Dalmecs empty their treasuries for us.
Of course, none of this would have been possible without your timely intervention, Prince Olivier.
Indeed, I doubt any of us would have had the courage to trade words with the mighty Titan, nor less the wit to win him over.
The Empire owes you a great debt.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you, Your Highness.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you.
Very good.
Now, let us come to the question of precisely when the Dalmecs will withdraw their troops.
Dion's fire could rid us of them in mere moments. The men of the Fist will not withdraw until a peace treaty is concluded. So let us keep the negotiations open, give them time to gather what gold and trinkets they can, and once they deliver that which we demand, what worth is a piece of parchment?
Your Radiance, were Prince Dion to take the field, the enemy would surely send their own dominant to meet him. And while His Highness would of course prevail, There would be heavy losses on both.
You need not fear Hugo Kupka. He is engaged on the Western Front. Even were the Dalmex to send for him, he would not arrive in time. As much as I would enjoy witnessing a clash between Bahamut and Titan, it is not to be.
And what of your subjects, your Radiance? If the fighting spread to the city proper, the people would bear the brunt of it.
There will be losses, it is true. Yet for every citizen who falls, another can be bred. For every home that burns, another can be built. The Empire will live on. Dion?
Yes, sire.
Prepare for battle.
But sire...
Do not make me repeat myself. Return to your camp and await my orders.
If that is your wish, your Radiance, I shall depart at once. May Gregor forgive you.
What do the astrologers augur?
The stars are in agreement, Your Radiance. The shadow of treachery hangs over Prince Dion.
So Annabella's tales were true. You disappoint me, Dion.
What on earth is Uncle Byron doing here?